Hey guys, this is Mauro. I wanted to make this video as like a second part from the video of Zverev and Federer that I made on the volley. These two players have quite a different technique on the backhand, as you can see in the video. One of the things is that Zverev, he goes more with the straight arm on the volley, and Federer he starts more in this position bending, and then he goes. I wanted to just go through a little bit what the differences of one and the other, of one technique and the other the one makes. Zverev's technique, it's more classic. It's a little, probably I would say, a little safer. It's the fact that he volleys more with the arm extended. You probably have a better, since your racket is, the head of your racket is not moving that much. You probably have a better idea, a better control of hitting the ball centered. His racket, when he gets ready, he pretty much shows the racket. The technical, the classic backhand is he just shows that racket and then he moves towards the ball. That you can volley a little bit in from the outside, or well, that's the idea that you want to make in order to go more like this instead of hitting like that or swinging. So his volley technique in that aspect is safer. It can be a little more aggressive in the aspect that when the ball is coming fast, if you just keep the racket firm, and you make good solid contact in the strings, you're gonna have your ball is gonna come off. Your shots are gonna come off the string with more power. Let's say more speed. It's a shot that probably doesn't have as much spin. That's one of the differences with the technique, with Federer's technique. Zverev's volley, he's more the kind of shot that he's just gonna make contact, and that ball you can slice a little bit or you can slice a lot if you let it go long. But when usually you're not gonna have the same side spin or under spin that Federer's volley can have when you go with the elbow here and then you extend at the moment of contact. One of the things that you can do with this with Federer's volley is what I just mentioned: the underspin, the side spin. It's a shot that you can do kind of more tricks, more different spins on the ball, but at the same time, of course, that's a good thing about it. The bad thing is that you gotta have really good timing, because since the head of your racket is moving, you're more prone to miss-hit. So you really have to practice it, and you gotta have really good timing in order to make good contact with that ball there. As you can see in the video, what you do is that when he gets ready, when he turns, he doesn't turn that much. But because he turns and he gets the racket pretty much here, see guys, and if I'm sideways and I just put my racket here, see, if I turn, it probably looks like it's way back there, and my turn, I'm not even turning that much. If I'm facing you and I just put my racket behind me, see, and that racket is not far here, no, I just put it here, see. But if I turn a little bit, and if I turn sideways, see, the racket is gonna look like you're bringing it further back. But the truth is that it's like all you're doing is you're just putting that racket back here. See, like behind your head. That's it. So what happens is that you wanna cock the wrist, and this is what brings the racket here. See, so when that ball is coming, he gets ready, and the moment he makes contact, and he just extended the arm there. Now you have to be very careful, because I see a lot of people that, regardless of the technique that they have on the volley, they let the wrist go this straight, so that your racket and the arm end up being like, your racket ends up being like an extension of your arm, and you don't want that. If you use a regular technique and you swing, like swinging this way across your body, or if you go like Federer and you go like that, and you always want to make sure that you're going to end up with the wrist and with some angle between the wrist and your racket there. You don't want to The only time you want to let it drop like this is if you're gonna do a drop shot, and you have to be, again, the more you move your wrist, the more you move your racket in this position, in this direction, the better timing you gotta have. You can do all kinds of tricks. You can do beautiful shots, side spin, under spin, but at the same time, that's those are the pros. The concept that if you don't have the really good timing, it's very easy to mishit. And when the ball is coming fast, or when the ball is coming really low, it's not easy to do all the stuff that we see him doing. I mean, that takes a lot. That takes a lot of practice. That takes a lot of work, hard work, and sometimes when we're kind of nervous, you know, and when the match is tight, it's probably, sometimes you feel like, okay, I should probably just go safer and play more the regular kind of volley, you know, instead of trying to do too much of the elbow bend. So that's one thing that you want to consider. The good thing of the elbow bend is you're gonna be able to do all kinds of stuff. You can do so many tricks. The bad thing is you're more prone to mishit. So you really have to master the shot. And even if I would say that even if you focus more on learning to volley bending your elbow, I will suggest that first you master the regular volley with the arm extended. Because in a bad day, in a day when things are not going well for you, that you're nervous, that you're choking or something, you just go back to the regular, to the classic volley, which is something. This one is also, both of them also are gonna be part of your slice. You're gonna have the regular slice that is just like the classic volley, more with the arm extended, and then you have the Federer slice that, if you notice, is gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be bending here, and then you go. And both of them as well are gonna give you, you know, good things. I mean, they have pros and they have cons. So learning Federer's kind of volley, I suggest it for everyone, especially if you want to improve your game. But I would say that in order to do that, you have to master the classic, the regular kind of volley. All right, guys. I just wanted to go through that with you, since I didn't want to talk about it on the video on the first part, because I didn't want to make it too long. But this is just information that I really wanted to share with you, just to make clear what's the difference between one technique and the other one. Okay, guys. Well, I hope it helps. If you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, you know, I'm always willing to help you. Let me know. And remember, guys, go out there and stay centered, be bold, and be perseverant. Okay. Bye.